Hello? Pretty sure my headset problems happened again where I recorded a podcast this morning and I lost it. Pretty sure I lost it because I don't see. I tried to listen to it and it's just silent. So let's hope this fucking works here. I was gonna record. I think I recorded the first half of it, and I don't even remember what I talked about, and I can't even listen back to it. But I can definitely tell you some shit today. This is Wednesday. We are told not to get out to the job site till 10 o'clock. I said, fuck that, we're coming at 9. Deal with it. And then the railroad crew didn't do shit until noon. Well, we started around noon, but it only, once I see them, we're working within 10 minutes. And ended up being around noon by the time we started working. We got quite a bit done for being a very short day. Of work. I mean, we sat around. I just sat around and watched fucking YouTube for a while. But they got me with the new guy. He's not a new guy. He's just from a different department, and he's like our newest CDL holder. He's worked for us for a while, driving pickups and stuff, and then he finally got his CDL. I drove with him a little bit. I was like, manual's not where he needs to be. He might be able to pass his. I mean, if he can pass his test in a manual, he can drive a manual. But whenever I rode with him, I was like, they aren't gonna let him. They ain't gonna let him. He needs more practice on it. But he's a good guy. Anyways, I stuck him with me today, and he did a good job. There was one small mishap related to him, because I showed him the ropes, and I was slightly aggressive with my training protocol, because I've been training a lot of people, and the last guy didn't learn shit. So I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to tell you how to fucking do it, and I need you to do it the right way every time. I don't want spills. People spill shit on the job site all the fucking time, and I'm tired of it. I need you to know how to do this. So please follow my directions. We have a PT Cruiser stopped in the middle of the highway. This is a PT Cruiser alert, everybody. There is a silver PT Cruiser stopped inside the work zone. Right where nobody can swerve past them, they decided to stop. Oh, they are moving now. They have got to have that thing floored to the wood. They're rolling. They are hauling ass. I imagine they're going to need this exit. The exit I'm taking. And I'm about to pass them. I'm about to pass the PT Cruiser. Please have me in your thoughts and prayers. The PT Cruiser is not to be trusted. Okay. I mean, they could still yank that steering wheel over and come through the ditch, but I think we're safe. Safe, marked safe from the PT Cruiser. Seriously, in a 65 zone, even with work zone at 65, they come to a complete stop. That is not safe. Right where the cones are on both sides of them, they stop. Anyways, there was a small incident with him. He's the one that got completely covered in diesel. So he's the one. I'm surprised I didn't get completely covered in diesel. My hard hat did get impacted, but he was completely covered up. So what happened was, well, at first I thought he made the regular old mistake of not having it in vacuum mode. sticking his hose in the hole and not having it in vacuum mode. Can I fucking come over, you fucking stupid cunt? Crystal Clean, you are now on my shit list, you motherfucker. You are on my shit list, you motherfucker. Yeah, you better get the fuck over, you stupid cunt. I'll beat your ass. I am fucking fired up today. I had to yell at the rest of my crew also. Yeah, I'll bump your fucking line, you stupid bitch. This fucking guy's over here putting heart symbols out the fucking... I'm over here, I look like I'm drunk because of all the people in the fucking way. I'm over here swerving lanes. You got a fucking sleeper cab, probably flip-flop motherfucker. Got another guy with the work truck trailer, and then my fucking idiot workers over here that I had to scream at earlier. I haven't had to scream at people. I mean, they were far away, and I had called them both twice, and they're both sitting in their pickup playing on their phones. I don't know how. They have two phones each. I know that they have their work phones put to silent, and I only have their work phone numbers, and they're in there playing on their phones, and when I'm calling them and I need them to do something because they have the support truck that has all the equipment on it, I need them. Hold on. We never got into the fucking issue I have here. I mean, my stress levels are elevated today. They are quite high, such as ragweed. Ragweed is also high right now. Allergies are a big deal. Stress on top of allergies. I mean, I did take an allergy pill this morning, and it's worked out pretty good, but I'm just trying to compare my levels to some environmental levels, because I am an environment. When you're around me, I'm an environment. Okay? First off, I like to be the center of attention. Second off, I'm the supervisor. I am the center of fucking attention. Okay? Third off, however I feel, I'm going to make you guys feel too. Okay? And I felt betrayed. Hold on. Let's not get into that yet. Jesus. The guy that has never ran a vac tanker but had just got his CDL, he drove very well. He did very well, and he followed my instructions. Now, the problem is that some of the gaskets on these trucks, on these hoses, they shrink over time. They're rubber gaskets for cam lock fittings, and they shrink, get torn up, or just regular old sucked into the hose. We've dealt with that. And this guy had his hose hooked up, and I'm thinking that whenever either the gasket started to come out, or I don't know. Anyways, the hose he had hooked up had no gasket. It was cammed. The cam locks were down. It was attached, and he did have it on vacuum. I thought he had it on pressure, and that's why it was messing up. But he did have it on vacuum, and I just heard a bunch of air. I was working on getting my truck set up, and I see him struggling, so I go over there to where he's at, and I'm like, dude, there's something definitely wrong. You need to close your valve. Well, so he hopped up on top of the back of the truck, and he closed his valve. Well, all that water that had some velocity that was rushing through the hose into his tanker needed somewhere to go, and whenever you close the gate valve, it really stops it, and it's looking for a new way out. It's looking for somewhere to go. And the place that it decided to go was where the gasket is supposed to be. And it splashed him head to toe. I was worried he got some red-dyed diesel in his eyeballs, but he said, no, it's not in my eyes. I'm like, Are you sure? He's like, yeah, it's not my eyes. I just need some towels. So I got him some towels, and I was like, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't know that was going to happen. I know you didn't know it was going to happen. I thought you had it on pressure. And usually shutting the valve is usually a safe choice. Not in this case. So I just told him the danger. I was like, dude, you need to make sure when you're putting any of these, every time you're connecting a new hose, you got to inspect the gasket. Make sure there's a gasket there. Make sure it fits properly. We have a bunch of extra gaskets laying around, okay? And we have other fittings that have gaskets in it. If you can't find any gaskets laying around, you can take any other 3-inch fitting over here that's got a gasket and take it out and use it on the tool that you need. But anyways, he got doused head to toe. He found a roll of paper towels, got himself dried up. He was wringing out his shirt and everything. And I was like, dude, hey, stop. We got railroad people over here watching us, and you are now shirtless. You look like you crawled out from underneath one of these trains. I need you to not be half naked in foul of the track, okay? I need you to man the fuck up and go to the bathroom or somewhere out of sight, because this is not a good look. We already look like fucking buffoons out here on this job. Did I tell you that the BNSF guys came up to my site contact and said it smelled like somebody was smoking pot in the bathroom, and nobody has been here other than you guys? That's not a good thing for them to say to me. So I immediately called my boss, and I'm like, hey man, if you want to drug test all of us, feel free. You can count on me, and I will gladly go drug test. But and my boss didn't really do much about it. He was just like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. So I don't know. I don't think he's ready to lose another employee right now, because they've been dropping like flies. Yeah. So and then the other guy, sandwich stealer. So I'll call him Sandwich man went to go take a shit in the bathroom. How often do people normally take shits? I think I'm on the low percentile of shit takers. I take like maybe a shit a day. All these other people, I feel like every time these people smell food, they got to go take a shit before and after they eat. People shit all the fucking time. I don't understand. I mean, the time they spend in the bathroom, it probably equals out to the time I spend in the bathroom. Because, I mean, I'll sit there for half an hour, 45 minutes, just relaxing. I'm letting that shit flow out of my asshole at nature's pace. Okay? I'm not grunting this shit out my ass. Okay? I don't want to. I don't want to be like Elvis. Where I don't know. Did Elvis die on a toilet, shoving shit out of his ass, pushing? I don't know. Not sure. Feel like I heard that somewhere. I could be wrong. Something I should probably know. It's American history. Yeah, I don't know. Is that in immigration? Like, if people want to immigrate here, you got to know how Elvis died. I would imagine that could be in there somewhere. Anyways, yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, this he tried to go take a shit, and the BNSF guys or the railroad crew guys said no. He's like, yeah, I was just gonna use the toilet, and they said nope. Can't use it, and they kicked him out. So, not cool, okay? We look like fucking buffoons. They think we're pot smokers. They think we are road blockers and also diesel spillers. And not cool. And also lazy, because it looks like we're playing on our phones the whole time. Half the time I'm on my phone and looking at it, I'm actually typing in notes. I'm not texting a woman. I'm not. I am looking at stuff on Marketplace, but I'm not all the time. Okay? I shouldn't be on Marketplace. Marketplace, you should have to put in your credit score to look at Marketplace. Or at least, like, I don't know, connect your bank account. It's like, nah, bro, quit looking. Quit looking at Marketplace. Your bank account is not in any shape to be looking at Marketplace right now. You don't even entertain yourself with looking at Marketplace. Because, I mean, my algorithm on Marketplace, you open it up and there's a bunch of dirt bikes and square bodies and go-karts and other shit. And I don't need to be looking at all the stuff that I would like to buy. But you never know when that gym is going to pop up on there, and you need to hop on it quick. So anyways, Squirrel, let's call him Squirrely. Squirrely showed up today. He's running the tanker, got doused in diesel. And but other than that, did a good job. Listened to me. There's a couple of things that he could do that would be a little bit faster. And I did emphasize in my angry teachings that I need him to be quick. Like, I need you to be fast, man. The other guy was not fast. He said, well, I won't be the fastest. I'm like, I don't expect you to be the fastest. I just want you to not be standing around, milling around, kicking the rocks without a hose hooked up to the truck, okay? You need to have a hose hooked up to the truck and fluid either be going out or coming in. Then you can kick around rock. I don't give a fuck what you do. You can go sit and take a shit for half an hour. You'll be fine. But I just get the hose, start the loading or offloading process before you start picking your nose, okay? Please. And he did a great job. Now, to my issue that I had with the other two guys. So I'm down there, I'm getting loaded. The other guy is down there currently offloading. Not currently right now, but at that point in time, he was currently offloading. And I told one of the guys, I was like, I need you to get up there and measure the tank because we could be getting close to overloading it. I don't know. Just get up there and measure it and see where we're at. So then the site contact was down there. He got the measurement from the guy. And then both of the guys, they hopped in the pickup truck and they drove all the way down to the end of the line. I mean, they did have stuff they needed to do, which was close up some caps. But not when a tank is about to be finished. I need you, and they should know this by now. One of the guys told me, he's like, you got me, you should probably feel pretty happy having me on this job site. It's nice to have a little common sense around here. I'm like, okay, yeah, that'd be great. And then I'm waiting for the sense. He's coming. I don't know about I'm waiting for the sense to show up because he came over. He's like, yeah, you're not going to fit in that tank. I'm like, okay. What was the measurement? Told me the measurement. I said, all right. I was like, what's he doing? Is he done offloading? He's like, no, he's not done offloading. I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to be done loading, and then I'm going to go down there and offload. And I want to fill that tanker up to the maximum that we can put in there. I don't want to be leaving a tanker with room, because we only have 9. We have 9 tankers, and we're hoping that 9 tankers is going to finish this job out. 9 times 30,000 gallons, whatever that is. 9 times 3, what is that? 18, 27, 2,700,000 gallons. I don't fucking know. It's not that much. 270,000 gallons left to go. 250,000 gallons left to go. Anyways, yeah. So they're in the truck. They go down to the end, and I don't know what they're doing. They're just sitting on the tailgate, hanging out. And so I go down there to offload, and I see he's still down there, and he's like, "Man, I don't know, something's going on with this. I emptied my tank out. It started spilling out the top cap here, so I shut it down." And he did. He shut it down quick, and I don't hold him any blame for that. He shut it down quick, and then I was like, "All right, well, we need to clear your line out. Let's go ahead and suck your line out." And we try to suck his line out, and I'm like, "Dude, the hose has to be," because the hoses are linked up to the top of the tanker car and then drop down in the manhole lid up top. And they got to be in enough that they're not going to fly out or spray backwards. But they don't need to be that deep, because if they're too deep, the end of the hose, it will load the tanker car high enough that the hose is submerged in the liquid. And if the hose is submerged in the liquid and you turn on the vacuum, the only thing you're going to be doing is loading your tanker up again. And that's not cool. So that's that. I was like, this has to be the problem. So I call both of the guys sitting on the tailgate. No answer. And then I try to help him clear his hose. It's not working. So I call them both again, and they're still sitting on the tailgate. And so I yell louder than I've yelled in maybe a year and a half. I don't know. Why would I yell in December? I don't know when I yelled like that last, but I tell you, my vocal cords are probably going to need a little bit of a rest. Because and I'm trying to be quiet right now because I don't want to blow your eardrums out. I'm pretty good at yelling. I got a nice, aggressive, deep yell. When I focus, I can aggressively yell loud and get attention from people miles around. Maybe multiple miles around. I don't know. It's hard to tell if somebody can hear me from a couple miles away. Every time I yell like that, I don't go around like a perimeter and be like, "Hey, did you hear that?" I don't do that. So I don't know if people could hear me maybe a state over. I have no idea. I'm not going to go over there and check. I'm just trying to emphasize that I can yell. I'm a decent yeller. But I got to be angry. I can't yell and be happy. I got to be really angry. And after calling the guys 4 times, and after them knowing that the tanker was about to be full and loaded, and then also them knowing that they're not supposed to put the hoses in that deep, and after they're over there, they measure it, they were right there. There's no reason for them to leave a tanker when it's about to be finished. And I'm sitting there, I can't even hook up my fucking hose, because I don't know if this tanker's overloaded or what the fuck is going on. I got shit coming out the top. I need this stuff. It's called microblaze that you can spray on petroleum products, and it's got little amoebas that fucking eat up the petroleum product. I need some microblaze to spray on this shit. I've got all kinds of shit in the bucket. We have a bucket underneath the hose that every time that we've thought we've cleared the hose out, it's been spilling all over the place, and we're almost out of room in our bucket. 5 gallons worth of red dye just sitting there, swinging, about to fall out. I yell down there, and I don't know how they heard me, but they heard me, and then they called me, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Get your fucking asses down here." I don't know. we just had a discussion how this tanker was almost done, and it's not. It's overflow. You know, I kind of exaggerated. I said it's overflowing all over the fucking place. Get your asses down here! And they started to say something. I didn't stick around on the phone to hear it. I hung up, and then I went and I angrily organized my hoses. I needed to be busy, and there was nothing I could do to be other than climb up on the tank, but I don't have my harness with me. I have two guys in a pickup truck, and their job is to masturbate, smoke pot, and play on their phones. That's their job to do. And then also fucking deal with the tanks, man. That's why I have them. And the one time they need to shine and be ready and be available, they are a ways away, and I gotta raise my voice and blow out my vocal cords to get their attention because I've called them both. I've made 4 phone calls to people that are supposed to answer my fucking phone call. You know, if they would have answered my phone call, I would have been much more chill. So they rush down. They're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "We already had the discussion that this tanker was almost done, and then you guys take off. Not cool." I didn't say not cool. I just said you took off. And then I just looked away in disgust. So I pointed at one of them. I said, "You put on your harness, get up there, pull the hose out because it's submerged in the diesel, and take up some microblades and spray that shit down because there's shit spilt everywhere. You, the other one, grab a goddamn wrench, get up there, and start undoing the other one. You guys knew that we were about to be done loading this tanker, and that I wouldn't fit. And so what do you guys do? Instead of getting the next tanker ready, need a little common sense here, you just take off and go start doing other work that you can do at the very end of the day that takes no time, which is just tape up some holes. So when it rains, it doesn't rain inside these tankers or these engines, fuel tanks." I got a little angry. But that's a really good way of getting things done because they quit all their bullshit and started working. They can think that I'm an asshole. That's fine. I will be an asshole. My reputation is not great, and it's not going to get any better if I have these fools working for me. So I don't know. I don't know. So there was nobody that was a shining star that did a wonderful job today. I would really like it if I just had people that knew what to do, when to do it, and where to be, and I didn't even have to really explain to them. I could just say, "Yeah, that one's almost ready. That one's almost full," and they will just instinctively know, or they would say, "Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and get the next one ready to go." So we're not going to cause any problems here. Because let me tell you, I sat there and watched this guy unload half of his load, and then sat there for a while trying to fix his load, and then had to sit there for another long while before they could get down there and get the new tanker opened up, and then I had to feed the hose up to him, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I had to feed the hose up to him, and then I had to wait for them to get the hose, it's shit strapped down so it's not going to fly out and spill diesel everywhere. Then I could hook up my tanker. I could have pulled another tanker load worth in the time that was wasted because of incompetency. So, I don't know. Anyways, my contact was like, "Well, we got a few done today. Not bad." I'm like, "Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all, I guess." If you're happy, I'm happy, sir. And then I had to look. The one guy was honey dicking me because the other trucker, he's like, yeah, I heard some other guys talking that they're going to come out and do this job. And I was like, and he said their names. And I was like, really? My ears perked up. My eyes got wide. I got flooded with endorphins or good feelings whenever I heard these two people might come out to my job site the next 2 days. He said, yeah, one guy's coming out this day and the other guy's coming out the next day. I was like, really? And I got really excited. I was like, I think by complaining to my boss, I don't complain to the boss all that often, but I think the 2 times that I really had to complain about people on my job site might have gotten through to him, and he's actually going to send me some qualified environmental technicians to help me out with this job. People that I won't have to sit and talk to and explain every little detail to. I'm not going to try to fault new guys or people that haven't done the job quite yet, but hey, I don't want to have to train somebody to do this job. I just want somebody to know how to do the fucking job, okay? Please, just let me have somebody that knows how to do the job. And the 2 individuals that were mentioned know how to do a job. They are actually supervisors, and I was like, thank the Lord, I'm going to get some supervisors out here. Wrong! They're going to a different job site. They are doing a different, same thing, different job site. Motherfucker, okay? So now, instead of that, I'm going to have the same crew tomorrow, I think. And then I'm going to have a different trucker come out on Friday. And this is also, he's a good guy, but I'm going to have to explain to him how to do the job. He's got a little bit of common sense behind, I said a little bit. He said a little bit. He's got a little bit of common sense behind him. I think he's going to do an okay job. I really need him to do an okay job. I think he will. He used to run a tanker, I think, at his old job. So I think I'll be okay with it. I think I'm going to be all right. I just haven't worked with the guy very much. He's a guy that took one of my other jobs. You know, one of the jobs where I was going out, driving back and forth to Iowa, Des Moines. And then I taught him how to do the job, and then he took the job from me. But he doesn't do it like the guy at the landfill. I developed friends with people, you know. I'm a friendly guy. And I got little friends scattered all over the city that are really cool people at job sites and other businesses and stuff. And I got a friend at the landfill. And sorry, I got fucking Geotab bitch yelling in my ear that I'm about to be over my limit. And I talked to him. I was like, man, I can't believe they took that job from me. He's like, dude, I can't believe they took it from you either. He's like, this guy takes 3 times as long to offload. It was those totes. I talked about those totes a lot. His offload. I think I've talked about this guy and everything. Is probably 100 episodes ago, but he's like, yeah, dude, he gets here and I have to help him with every single tote. And with you, I didn't have to do anything other than just smash them, and that was it. He's like, you know how to do it. I'm like, thank you. So, I mean, you're warming my heart, but I'm also sad because I don't get to do the job that you enjoy me doing. I like to do a good job, and I like to impress people. I like to go above and beyond, and I was going above and beyond on that job, and then I guess they thought since I was doing it so good, it was an easy job, so they gave it to a different guy. This is a guy that used to just keep at the shop, they would keep him at the shop and have him sweep. Like, yeah, we ain't got nothing. You just hang out here. And I was like, I know this guy's got to be getting pissed off because he's always at the shop every fucking day with no job. He's just like the extra guy. If something happens, he's here. Like, hey, we need you to go pick up a part from the auto parts store. Tell them you're here to pick up this part. And he would go there and he'd pick it up and he'd bring it back. And he did a good job at doing that. But, I don't know. I feel like the guy's been around a lot of chemicals. He just gives me off the vibe that he's been around a lot of chemicals. Not talking drugs. I'm just talking like he's been a hazmat driver for a long time and he has been around a lot of chemicals. And maybe smelled some stuff he probably shouldn't have smelled, and now he doesn't know how to do math. Maybe he knew how to do like calculus, and now he doesn't know how to do calculus. He can do regular. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't talk shit on this guy. He's going to be my driver on Friday, and he's going to do a great job. He's going to be a good worker for me. I'm going to be very excited to finally have a guy that knows how to run a truck be there. This is going to be great. Now, the guy that ran the truck today did a good job. I just had to train him, and we did have an incident. So it's like, I don't know. I don't want to talk shit on him, but I just don't want to have to train somebody, and I don't want incidents. And we had both instances today, okay? But tomorrow should go way better. So since the podcast that I recorded earlier is gone and done, or whatever the fuck happened to that, let's see, yesterday I dropped off a flooded pickup truck with a ruined engine in Springfield, and I was driving back and my wife said, we're in the basement, and I said, oh cool, you're playing in the basement. She said, no, there's a tornado. She said, your son is freaking the fuck out and your daughter will not stop trying to go upstairs. I'm like, oh shit, alright, damn, didn't even, I totally forgot there was just severe weather yesterday, because once I got down south a little bit of Kansas City, it was completely clear in a nice time. There's no rain, the roads were dry, it was sunny out, it was hot, I had to roll the windows down. But no, there was just some severe storms and high winds coming through my town. But I guess where the tornado, I don't even know what it was. It looked like just a low funnel-shaped cloud. I don't even know if it was a funnel cloud. I think it just looked like what could be a tornado, but it was really just an odd-shaped cloud. I don't know, because I watched the video and I didn't really see much rotation. So I was like, it just looks like an odd-shaped cloud just moving through. Like, everybody's freaking out over it, but I'm like, where's the damage? Where's the "we will rebuild" posts on Facebook? I don't see any of that. I don't think anybody had any damage or anything. I think it was just a strange cloud moved through Kansas City and scared a lot of people. It would probably scare me too. But I don't know. There's some strange shit going on yesterday. So I drove home. I drove and I got off on my exit. After I had called and texted my boss asking if I could just keep the truck and trailer at my house. I have room for it. And instead of fighting traffic and flooding, which I heard was a big deal going on yesterday, I was like, how about this? I'm just going to drive the pickup truck and trailer to my house, and I'll bring it back to the shop in the morning. And he took forever to respond, and I finally caved, and I said, fine, I'm just going to bring the truck and trailer back to the shop. And then he texted me back, he said, no, you can keep it. I said, for real? Hug and kiss. I put a little hug emoji and a kiss emoji, and I just drove straight home and parked the truck there, and things went well. Don't know what else was going on, but on my way to work today, I did notice there was a lot of road closed signs and shit. So I'm guessing the flooding got kind of bad. Dummy. No blinker, Nissan 429 SDH or SDF. I don't know. I can't see that far. They're too far gone now. Fuck you, white Nissan. Alright, we had a Ford Escape just cut across 3 lanes at a high rate of speed, cut me off completely. Oh, they're going back over. They're now back into the fast lane. They do use their blinker. So it's hard for me to get on them if they're using their blinker. Yeah, so yesterday, I don't know. We had tacos. I took my son to karate. Karate was an interesting thing because we forgot his yellow belt. It is his first day of karate with his yellow belt. Well, no, he used his yellow belt in his last karate session, I think. Because he got the yellow belt, it was a ceremony, and then I think we had one more. No, I think that was it. Anyways, I was getting his gi tied up and his pants rolled up and all the good shit, and then I was getting ready to put his belt on, and then, I don't know, there's another adult that lives with me at my house, and it's a woman, and she said, don't put his belt on right now. So I put it, and then she put a rain jacket on him, and I was like, hey, you don't need no rain jacket. She said, it's raining. I'm like, yeah, so he's not going to get completely soaking wet going from here to the car and then from the car into the gym thing. Like, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. We got to go. Anyways, we left and we forgot the yellow belt. I guess it is my fault. But I was trying to tie it to the boy so it wouldn't get forgotten. Somebody had a different idea, so I didn't tie it on him. And, yeah, turned out to be a really big problem. I should have gone back to go get the belt. I should have because we got there kind of early, actually. I should have said, I'll be right back. And I could have made it back and put the belt on him, and then everything would have been fine. But no, my poor son, he is a little bit sensitive. He's in the front. They stick him in the front row with all the white belts. I don't even know any of this. I'm just watching. I didn't really realize there was sometimes they do formations and stuff, but it looked like a scattered bunch of kids. So I was like, whatever. Everything's fine. No, it was not fine. My son was in the front row crying, trying to explain to the sensei. There's a new sensei because it's summer classes. This regular sensei isn't doing the summer stuff. Trying to explain to them that he's a yellow belt and he's in the wrong line. Now, the yellow belts and the white belts do the same exact thing, mostly. But my son was crying in the front row. I know it had to be embarrassing. I know I feel bad for the boy. But maybe this was probably turned out to be a good learning experience. And maybe it'll put more pressure on him to remember his items. But that wasn't the only time. That wasn't the only thing. So that was with this sensei helper lady. She knew he was the yellow belt. Cool. The regular sensei calls on parents and says, do we have any parents that want to come help? I immediately jump up and I go to the yellow belt section where my son is. The sensei shows the class what they're going to do to the bag that I'm holding. I've done this before. And then he goes over to my son and he kind of leads him over to the white belts. And I was like, oh no. And my son just looks over at me and he just got the saddest expression on his face. And I'm like, damn it. I thought it was just to even up the lines, but no, he thought he was a white belt. I didn't realize that at the time. I just thought he was even up the lines. So, anyways, there was another little gathering or lineup, and he moved my son again, and my son was like, "But I'm a yellow belt." He's like, "Oh, you're a yellow belt. Gotta move over here." And then they kind of, he gave him a little bit extra attention, so that was nice. But I mean, oh gosh, I mean, he was hot when he got home, because I was also trying to blame most of it on Mama. I was like, I tried to put it on you. He's like, why did you put it on me? I was like, because Mom made me put the raincoat on you, and then we had to get out the door. I'm sorry, man. I was trying to put it on you. She said, don't put it on you yet. So I didn't put it on you yet. So he got home. He was hot. He's like, Mom. She's like, what? Did you have a good time at karate? He's like, no. Forgot my belt. You see what I'm missing? I'm missing my belt. He's like, I cried twice. He's like, they kept thinking I was a white belt. I mean, yeah, there was just a couple of different styles of punches and kicks, but I mean, the kids were all just doing whatever they could do anyways. I mean, they're not grand masters at karate yet, so they were just banging on the bag, and then they would move around. But we do have one girl. I don't want to talk too much shit on kids, because I understand how kids can be. But there's one girl that's a real problem. She's been a problem the whole karate career so far. Is she's running around, hugging other kids, spinning on the floor, running in circles. Like, I understand her parents are like, and her parents don't stick around. That's another big problem. That's the other, since I did have a couple of talks with the parents, and I tried to eavesdrop on it a little bit, just because I'm nosy. But he was like, you need to be here with your child. You need to stick around. He's like, your daughter. And honestly, yeah, that girl is taking time and attention away from what we're paying for. I mean, we're paying not a lot of money, but we're paying for my son to do karate, and it's like 25% of the time, which is a lot, is the sensei trying to wrangle up this child and keep her from screaming and hugging other kids while they're trying to learn the karate. Because everybody seems really interested, except for this one girl. And she moved up to yellow belt. Don't know how. She probably should have stayed at white belt. But now she was the first one in line for me, and I was like, you need to grab the bag on the side and do a side kick. And she just would not. And I was like, whatever. You know what? I'm just a parent helper. Sensei's going to need to come over here and intervene if he wants her to do it right. Because I'm not going to. I mean, I already know how this little girl is. I ain't going to try to wrangle her up either. Because they worked on her. They worked on her, tried to get her to pay attention and try to do more like individual activities and stuff, trying to get her attention, and fun, because she loves to run and spin and do all kinds of stuff. She just doesn't want to do the stuff that they're trying to get her to do. So anyways, that was karate last night. And then, this morning went decent, I guess. I drove work pickup truck back to the shop, fueled it up, and I had my boss call me and say, don't unhook the trailer. And I said, all right, won't do it. And I was able to just park it, and I didn't have to do a bunch of extra shit, which was kind of cool. And I could just grab my tanker, and I had to... Well, I guess my boss did call me, and he's like, what the hell did you tell the new guy? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I had a conversation with the new guy I did not want to have. He's like, that's part of my life I'm never going to get back. He's like, he told me that you said that there's no tankers available and he just can't work today. I'm like, what the fuck? No, because he went to go get his tanker and he called me. He's like, hey, I went to the tanker that I'm supposed to use, but there's no truck attached. I'm like, okay, find a truck and attach it. That's what I said. I said, find it. There's a truck around somewhere. Find one and attach it and use it. I was like, I don't know what truck is on your schedule to use, but I would imagine that truck would be all right. And I don't know. And then he called the boss, basically told the boss that, oh, no, there's no trucks for me. I can't work today. I'm like, that is not at all what I told him. He's lying to you. I told him to find a truck and hook it up. So I guess that wasn't a great thing, but whatever. And then what else is going on? Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just got these guys. They just don't really understand how things work. He's like, well, like pulling vacuum. He's like, do you want me to turn the truck off while I'm pulling vacuum? I'm like, what? Huh? What do you mean? He's like, well, I mean, like does the truck need to sit here and run while I'm pulling vacuum? While I'm loading the tanker? I'm like, yeah, the power takeoff, the PTO runs the fucking pump. Where's the PTO at? Tell me where the I didn't say any of this, but I said, no, you need to leave it running so the PTO will go and pull vacuum. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you learning things. Yeah, the engine of the truck is turning the PTO, and the PTO is pushing the hydraulic pump, and the hydraulic pump is pushing the vacuum pump, and the vacuum pump is pulling liquid into the tank, and it all needs to be on and running. It's just like, why am I explaining all this? Don't people know already? Anyways. Oh, and then there's another thing. He's like, is this trailer attached all the way? I'm like, just blinking my eyes behind my sunglasses. I'm just like, what? Is this trailer attached all the way? I'm like, are all your connections connected? Get back there and check out your fifth wheel plate. See if it's grabbed up. Did you do a tug test? Like, I know you're a new CDL driver, so I mean, you have been taught the way how to run a truck more recent than anybody else. I mean, you might not have practiced a lot, but you just learned all this. You should know how to do all this. And he did it. He got it. Everything was fine. Everything was fine. Look at this fucking guy. He's already going home. Not even back to the shop yet, and he's leaving. I'm going to mark his time at 7. And this motherfucker, too. And I'm going till 7:30, and the other tank driver. We're doing 7:30s. Nah, I'll do 7s. Well, we're back at the shop. Oh, I almost stopped and put all my shit in my pickup truck, but I'm going to be riding the motorcycle tomorrow. I could have rode the motorcycle today. Today would have been a great day. Today would have been a good day to drive the pickup truck in, or the motorcycle in, but I drove the work truck, and it was raining, so I have my pickup truck is sitting here ready to go. Now I just got to park this truck in the shop. And then go home. And this new trucker guy, I might help him with backing the truck into the shop. I might. I imagine he might need some help. He's a newer trucker. Might not be real good at backing up quite yet. I'll even take the harder door to get in. How about that? I'll take the harder door. It's 3 doors over, so you got to kind of come in at an angle and then jackknife the truck a little bit to get, and then you got to know what's going on so you don't go into the garage or the shop completely fucking crooked. Back it up. Ooh, and I'm gonna shit before I go home too. So I don't know what I forgot to say on the last podcast that is now just silence. I know what it is. It was my other headphones connected instead of this headphone, and then they were in my bag. I know that's what happened. But I'm out of here. I'm gonna park this truck and take a shit and then go home. Talk to y'all soon. Keep all 18 down. Adios. Talk to you later.